Hi everyone, I'm Big Al, back with another general knowledge quiz. It's a 50 question mixed bag, and as always, drop your score into the comments. So I mentioned in my last video that I was looking to do some sort of prize. Well, I can give you some of those details now. In my next video, there's going to be a bonus question somewhere in it. All you have to do to enter the competition is figure out the answer to that question, drop that answer into the comments, and make sure you subscribe. I'm going to give it 2 weeks and then I'll get all the entrants and pick a random winner. Now, it's not going to be a mega prize, but I wanted to do something just to reward you guys for watching. So remember, that's in the next video. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe. Anyway, let's get to it. A pescatarian will eat a plant-based diet with the inclusion of what else? Eggs, dairy, or fish? It is fish. Dr. Calico is the villain in which Disney movie? Is it The Princess and the Frog, Bolt, or The Emperor's New Groove? He's the bad guy in Bolt. Who invented the fluorescent light bulb? Was it Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, or Auguste Lumiere? It was Nikola Tesla. Where was the first Disney park to open outside of the USA? Was it in France, was it in Hong Kong, or Japan? And it was Tokyo Disneyland in Japan. What year did the nuclear meltdown at Chernobyl occur? Was it 1984, 1985, or 1986? It's 1986. What was the name of the atomic bomb which was dropped on Nagasaki? Was it Fat Man, Little Boy, or Tall Girl? It was Fat Man. In which year did the first Paralympic Winter Games take place? Was it 1976, 1980, or 1984? It was 1976 in Sweden. What is the primary spirit in a classic old-fashioned cocktail? Is it whiskey, rum, or brandy? So in a classic old-fashioned, it is whiskey. As of 2024, who was the last person to walk on the moon? Was it Eugene Cernan, Jim Lovell, or Jack Swigert? It was Eugene Cernan. Who has the record for most UK #1 albums? Is it the Rolling Stones, Robbie Williams, or the Beatles? Of course it's the Beatles. Who became US President after John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Was it Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, or Richard Nixon? It was Lyndon B. Johnson. In beer terms, what does IPA stand for? Is it International Pale Ale, Independent Pale Ale, or India Pale Ale? It is India Pale Ale. In cooking, what is fugu? Is it seaweed, fish, or rice? And it's fish. It's usually pufferfish or blowfish. In which room in a grand house would a scullion have been employed? In the kitchen, the bedroom, or the library? In the kitchen. What is the third highest mountain in the world? Is it K2, Kanchenjunga, or Makalu? Please forgive me for my pronunciation there. But it is Kanchenjunga. Who manufactured the first car? Was it Henry Ford, Carl Benz, or Ferdinand Porsche? It was Carl Benz in 1885. Veal is made from what animal? Is it deer, sheep, or cow? It's made from cow, although I bet they're not that fluffy. In which year did the US Prohibition end? Is it 1929, 1931, or 1933? It ended in 1933. What is the main plant used to make tequila? Is it cactus, prickly pear, or agave? It is agave. Who was the author of Mary Poppins? Was it C.S. Lewis, D.H. Lawrence, or P.L. Travers? It was P.L. Travers. What is a group of manatees called? A magnanimous, an aggregation, or a huddle? They are an aggregation of manatees. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Was it Catherine Howard, Catherine Parr, or Catherine of Aragon? It was Catherine Parr. In miles, how long is the Channel Tunnel? Is it 31.5 miles, 42.7, or 51.3? It's 31.5. Doctor Who first appeared on screens in which decade? 1950s, the 1960s, or the 1970s? He first showed up in 1963. Would you weigh less on the Moon, or on Mars, or the same? You would weigh less on the Moon. When were the Krakow ghettos liquidated? Is it 1941, 1942, or 1943? It was 1943. In Die Hard with a Vengeance, what is the name of the main villain? Is it Hans Gruber, Simon Gruber, or Peter Gruber? And it's Simon Gruber, who is Hans Gruber's brother. Which of these US muscle cars were released first? Was it the Mustang, the Charger, or the Camaro? It was the Mustang in 1964. Who won the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup? Was it Spain, England, or the USA? Unfortunately, it was Spain. In what year did the Six-Day War occur? Was it 1949, 1955, or 1967? It was 1967. In Norse mythology, what is the name of the wolf that chases the sun? Is it Hati, Skoll, or Fenrir? Skoll chases the sun and Hati chases the moon. Which designer shoes are renowned for having red soles? Is it Christian Louboutin, Jimmy Choo, or Prada? It is Christian Louboutin. How many yards are in a mile? 1580, 1760, or 1920? It's 1760. What animal causes the most human deaths per year, not including mosquitoes? Is it scorpions, dogs, or snakes? It is snakes. In which of these disasters did more people die directly? Was it the Titanic sinking, 9/11, or the Halifax explosion? And I know it's a bit morbid, I'm sorry, but it was 9/11. What is the name of Captain Ahab's ship in Moby Dick? Is it Queequeg, Pequod, or Queeg? It was the Pequod. Ventricular megaly affects what part of the body? Is it the heart, the lungs, or the brain? It affects the brain. In which sport was Yokozuna a world champion in the 1990s? Is it amateur wrestling, professional wrestling, or sumo wrestling? And he was a pro wrestler for the WWF. Which part of the brain regulates body temperature? Is it the hypothalamus, the medulla, or the thalamus? It is the hypothalamus. In the Olympics, what is the height of the highest diving board? Is it 5 metres, 10 metres, or 15 metres? It's 10 metres, and I would never jump off that. In which country are the Nobel Prizes awarded? Is it Switzerland, Austria, or Sweden? It is Stockholm in Sweden. Competitors in figure skating must be at least what age? 15, 16, or 17? They only have to be 15 years old. Who was the Great Pyramid of Giza built for? Is it Ramesses I, Ramesses II, or Khufu? It was built for Khufu. Antibiotics are used to treat infections caused by what? A virus, a bacteria, or a fungus? It's a bacteria. Jesse Owens won how many gold medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics? Is it 4, 5, or 6? He won 4 gold medals. As of 2024, what is the longest running musical on Broadway? Is it Les Mis, is it Chicago, or is it The Phantom of the Opera? On Broadway, it's The Phantom of the Opera. In feet, how tall is the Burj Khalifa? Is it roughly 2,000 feet, 2,700 feet, or 3,400 feet? And it's roughly 2,700 feet. Who composed the score for Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl? Was it Alan Silvestri, Hans Zimmer, or Klaus Badelt? I promise you it is Klaus Badelt, it blew my mind. What flavour is the liqueur Blue Curacao? Is it cinnamon, blueberry, or orange? It is orange. What does the word concatenation mean? Does it mean linking together, splitting apart, or leaving as it is? It's linking together. Thank you for watching. As always, please let me know your score in the comments, and if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.